Good afternoon and welcome to high school basketball action from the 2025 Quincy Shootout. And this contest between the Sunrise Christian Buffaloes and the Father Tolton Trailblazers. Alongside Damon Emmerich, I'm Charlie Hull. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports, where you can watch all the action live from the Gym City this weekend from the 2025 Quincy Shootout. A fun event set for you today and tomorrow. Tonight, 4 games from Blue Devil Gymnasium, 4 from Quincy Notre Dame High School, and then 9 games from Blue Devil Gym tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. We'll talk more about the matchup between the Buffaloes and the Trailblazers after this.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account, plus ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Don't let injuries put you on the sideline. Quincy Medical Group's free sports injury clinic is your path to swift recovery. Our expert orthopedics and sports medicine team specializes in treating sports-related injuries with free evaluations from 7 to 9 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We also offer free sports concussion screenings weekdays in Quincy. No appointments are necessary. Get your game back on with QMG's free sports injury clinic. Visit quincy.medgroup.com/sports injury.
Meet water's bubblier and more energetic best friend, Bubbler.
Say cheese.
With antioxidants, natural caffeine, and 0 grams of sugar, Bubbler has benefits in each bubble.
Before I started at DOT, it was like a real low point in my life. I just lost my house, and I just wanted something to get myself back on my feet. I met a driver named John, and he was like, man, come to DOT. They'll pay for your school. They'll pay for your CDLs. I applied, and ever since then, I've been very grateful. Since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to save money to buy me a home within the next couple months. It's definitely been great. When my life needed direction, I took the wheel.
Welcome back to Blue Devil Gymnasium on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. The Sunrise Christian Buffaloes and the Father Tolton Trailblazers matching up in our first game of the 2025 Quincy Shootout. Damon Emmerich alongside on the pregame show. Damon, a star-studded event here. Over 40 players with Division I commitments or Division I offers. And Eric Stratman and his team that put on the shootout have done a wonderful job. We're looking forward to it throughout the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, Charlie. Just when you think the talent can't get better year over year, Eric Stratman goes out and does it again, and what a field he has pulled in for this 2025 Quincy Shootout. Some premier talent. You have teams from the EYBL, and as we were talking off the air earlier today, 90% of those EYBL athletes go on to play in college, and 55% of those eventually end up in the NBA. So that just tells you the type of talent that is here in Quincy this weekend.
Father Tolton, the Trailblazers 9-7. The Buffaloes of Sunrise Christian 10-2 on the year. So players to watch in this one. First of all, for Father Tolton, Aaron Rowe, the 6-foot senior, has signed with Missouri. And then Xavier Wilson, also known as Zay, the 6'1 senior, offers from West Virginia SLU and Murray State, amongst others. On the Sunrise Christian side, Aiden Chronister, the 6'7 junior, ranked 50th in the class of 2026 by 247 Sports, offers from Arkansas, Indiana, Iowa, Mizzou, and Oklahoma. Chidi Wigwe, the 6'7 junior, 32nd ranked player in the class of 2026, has offers from Illinois, Michigan, Rutgers, Oklahoma State, Georgia Tech. Gallagher Placide, the 6'9 junior, offers from Iowa and Cal. Makai Ragland, he's a 6'10 senior, signed with Oklahoma State. And then Gavin Placide, the 6'10 junior, ranked 101st in the class of 2026. So even in our opener here tonight, you're going to see some top-level talent.
Yeah, you're seeing some premier talent, guys that are either committed to or have offers from some of the premier programs in the U.S., and these are teams that we are fortunate to be able to see. Obviously Father Tolton from Columbia, Missouri, not too far away, but you're pulling teams in like Sunrise Christian. We'll talk about more of the teams that are here. But these are names that you're seeing pop up all over social media, guys that are highlighted with recruiting companies nationwide, and just such an impressive feat to be able to see them here locally for us and for these national media that are able to come in and see all of this premier talent compiled in one town for the weekend.
And as I said earlier, it's the nostalgia and the history of Blue Devil Gymnasium mixed with the best teams really in the nation. You've got 4 of the top 10 in the nation here this weekend, and it's really just a mix in a basketball crazy town that is Quincy, Illinois. What a great event.
Yeah, I think that's what you're highlighting on here is the fact that Quincy, Illinois, the level of love that it has for basketball. And what's crazy to see is you're getting teams from all over the nation, some of the best players, but they're just enamored with what they have here with the environment with Quincy High. You'll see teams that stick around just to watch the Blue Devil introduction here later on this evening. And for those that have not seen it before, stick around to watch, because it's quite a spectacle in and of itself, and that's before you get to see great basketball from this Quincy High Blue Devil squad.
Tonight at Blue Devil Gymnasium, the Sunrise Christian and Father Tolton matchup, followed by Brewster Academy and Link Academy in what should be one of the better matchups of the weekend. Then the home Quincy High Blue Devils taking on Geneseo at around 7:15. Then at 8:45, the Phelps School and Wasatch Academy. At Quincy Notre Dame tonight, 4:15, getting ready to tip off Oak Park and Modesto Christian. 5:45, Bishop O'Connell and Booker T. Washington. At 7:15, Chicago Simeon and Quincy Notre Dame. And then the late contest there is Chaminade versus Shawnee Mission Northwest. So not a bad game in the slate at either location. And you can watch them all live here for free thanks to the sponsors of the Quincy Shootout and our sponsors here on Central Illinois Sports. Let's step aside on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Back with more after this.
Your Jeep, truck, and SUV are only as good as the tires and rims they run on. On or off-road, go full throttle.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois. Or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Aches and pains are a normal part of life, but when they become too much, we have a team of orthopedic surgeons ready to give you relief. The need for joint replacements continue to rise, and our team stays up to date with the latest technology and robotic solutions. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. We've got you covered from head to toe.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, a game scheduled for a 4:15 tip-off to kick off the 2025 Quincy Shootout, and a great opportunity if you're in the Quincy region to come here in person, especially the lineup tomorrow, Damon. Not that tonight's lineup isn't fantastic, because it is, but tomorrow 9 games of basketball. That's one ticket price. Most of the lower bowl seating is sold out, but the upper seating, not a bad seat in the house here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Well worth your time, and some big-time matchups on the slate tomorrow as well.
Yeah, and it's not like you can say, I'm just going to come for the afternoon games, because those are the best games. From 9 o'clock on, you're going to see some excellent basketball. For the first time here in a few years, you will see the Quincy High girls basketball team playing at noon. Some of the best talent here locally, and a very young Quincy Blue Devils squad there. They have the freshman Chloe Nicholson, who's one of the top 25 athletes in the nation at her grade level. And so you're going to see a team that's good right now, but here in the next few years, they are going to create a lot of problems in this girls basketball region.
You see some new teams every year, but you see a lot of repeat teams come back because the teams like playing here.
The teams like playing here. They get treated very well, and I think it's fun for them, Charlie. You see young kids that are waiting around to get their autographs that admire these players, and it's just a great environment to be part of. It's a fun town. They know they're going to come in and get to play 2 very good basketball games, and that means a lot to them.
Both of the teams out on the court warming up in preparation for this afternoon's contest. The Trailblazers' Father Tolton will be in the home uniforms and sit on the home bench, while Sunrise Christian will be the visiting team. And this is a pretty big challenge. Father Tolton, obviously a very, very good high school program, but this is a big challenge to accept when you take on a team that plays more of a national schedule like Sunrise Christian.
Yeah, and we've seen in the past head coach Jeremy Osborne's not afraid to schedule up and play tough teams. The record, obviously, he wants to have a winning record. They come into this contest with a record of 9-7, but his overall goal is to get his squad ready for the postseason, and he's going to be taking on an excellent team right here in Sunrise Christian, who comes into the contest with a record of 10-2, and one of the things that really stands out about the Sunrise Christian squad is just the size that they have on their roster, not only in the starting lineup, but what they're able to bring off of the bench.
That's what I was just going to say. If you just look up and down the lineup, the biggest man on the roster for Father Tolton is Blake Pinkton. He's 6'7", and 6'7" kind of looks like just kind of the run-of-the-mill type of size for this team from Sunrise Christian.
Yeah, when you look, Blake Pinston is almost the size of the starting point guard for the Sunrise Christian squad. So Father Tolton has their work cut out for them as far as trying to match up size-wise, but we know with Tolton, they've got their point guard, Aaron Rowe, who's going to be going to Missouri. Obviously, we saw last year Zay Wilson can get up and slam it down, so he's got some athleticism. So Father Tolton, you would assume, is going to look to get out and try to run and not allow Sunrise Christian to really take advantage of their size.
Crowd will continue to grow inside the gymnasium as we get closer to that Quincy game. Let's just be honest, not the best matchup in the world, Quincy and Geneseo. Quincy, the number 1 ranked team in Class 4A. Geneseo's winless on the season, so that could be a little bit of a clunker if we're just being honest with you. But the other 3 games here tonight should be really exciting.
3 excellent basketball games here, 4 great basketball games to come tonight across town at Quincy Notre Dame. So you're going to see some great games. Yeah, obviously that may not be the best matchup when you have Quincy High facing Geneseo. But as we talked about, still a fun environment to be part of. And even the pregame for Quincy High is a spectacle in and of itself, and something that, folks, if you've never seen it, you get your money's worth just to watch that.
Let's step aside on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We're back to Blue Devil Gymnasium after this.
I'm Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner at Ridgeline Sales Group, LLC. Are you interested in buying or selling real estate? With over 100 years of combined managing broker experience, Ridgeline Sales Group has assembled a team that can help you with any of your real estate needs. From first-time home buyers to seasoned farm investors, we represent buyers and sellers all across West Central Illinois, helping to make their real estate dreams come to life. Give us a call today at 217-285-5800 or jump on our website at ridgelinesalesgroup.com.
Game Masters Outdoors in Quincy is your ultimate destination for game cameras and hunting gear. Discover top-notch game cameras to elevate your outdoor experience. From firearms and ammunition to optics and outdoor equipment, we've got you covered. Enjoy free shipping on most orders. Browse our vast selection of high-quality gear and find everything you need for your next adventure. Visit GameMastersOutdoors.com today.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Hi, my name's Sierra Burns here with Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, your low overhead dealership. We have new and used Lincoln Corsairs, Nautiluses, and even the Navigator. Come on out and see our new Lincolns for your next luxury vehicle.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
No. About sick of winter, are you? That's the bad news. I don't think the winter's going to end anytime soon. The good news is we have a winter sale, so anything you might be looking for winter is on sale right now at your local Farm Home Supply, including 30% off all Burn outerwear and Noble Outfitters outerwear. And the bird's always hungry. You got a 40-pound bag of black oil sunflower seed for $16.99, or buy more, save more with our suet cakes, 5 for under $5. Keep your handsies and toesies warm. We got 25% off all of our casual shoes or Kinko winter gloves.
Find all these deals and more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Time to take a look at our Farm and Home Supply starting lineups on Central Illinois Sports. First, let's meet the visiting team, the Sunrise Christian Buffaloes. Kyle Lindstedt, their head coach, 10-2 on the season. They'll start at a guard, a 6'1 senior. That's Jacob Walker. At a second guard, he's a 6'7 junior, Noah Hill. And at the third guard is Aiden Chronister, the 6'7 junior. Out of forward, that's Gavin Placide. He is a 6'11 junior. And at the other forward is Chitty Wigwe. He is a 6'7 junior. Wigwe, Placide, Hill, Chronister, and Walker for the Buffaloes of Sunrise Christian. For the Father Tolton Trailblazers, 9-7, Jeremy Osborne, their head coach. They'll start at a guard. He's a 6-foot senior. That's Aaron Rowe. At a second guard, he is a 6'1 senior, Zay Wilson. And the third guard in the starting lineup for the squad is the 6'4 junior, Cortland Miller. Out of forward, a 6'7 senior, Blake Pinkston. And at the other forward, the 6'5 junior, Ryan Deacons. Pinkston, Miller, Wilson, and Rowe for Father Tolton. Father Tolton in the home white uniforms with the dark blue numbers, while Sunrise Christian with the road gray unis with the maroon numbers and white trim. And Damon Emmerich, as a long-awaited time leading up to this shootout has now expired. We're just about ready for basketball action.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting night. It's going to be a fun next 30-plus hours of basketball. Grateful to have you alongside here on Central Illinois Sports. Thankful for all the sponsors that were able to help us and be able to bring it to you all for free this year. And looking forward to seeing where you all tune in listening to basketball from. Shoot us a message on the YouTube page just letting us know where you're tuning in at. And going to be fun, going to be excellent to see the talent that's going to be on display here. And Charlie, probably going to be queuing up the instant replay here quite a few times throughout this weekend.
I believe that could be the case, as you're going to see some high-flying dunks, some Sizzling shots from the outside and more in this action-packed, talent-filled 2025 Quincy Shootout. They're finishing up the in-gymnasium starting lineups here. We're just about ready for action. Blue Devil Gym, it's one of the most unique places to watch a basketball game. And again, it's just it's a basketball crazy town is Quincy, Illinois. They love their Blue Devils, and their Blue Devils, by the way, are the number 1 ranked team in Class 4A. That's the biggest class in the state of Illinois, so something to look forward to, getting to see them twice this weekend as well.
Their only loss on the season coming to Vashon out of the Missouri area, and we will see Vashon here tomorrow. Vashon hosting Millard North at home this evening, but they will be here as they have been since this shootout began.
Our opening tip-off is up and controlled by Sunrise Christian as Gavin Placide will bring it into the front court against the zone defense of the Trailblazers. Gets the ball to Walker as they'll kick the zone offense into action here.
Really, with a high size like what Sunrise Christian had, almost no choice but to go zone for Tolton.
Here's a 3 left side up and good. Chronister puts Sunrise Christian on the board 3-0. Into the front court come the Trailblazers. Good start if you're Sunrise Christian. Got a good look from one of your best shooters on the floor, Nathan Chronister. Here's Rowe working on the dribble. Pass down low, tip stolen away. Chronister with the takeaway into the front court. Shovels it ahead, looks for his teammate Wigwe. Shot blocked by the iron, and the rebound down the way of Father Tolton. Wilson the other way. We saw him last year. This young man can really get up. Here's another tip and a steal. Chronister again with the takeaway. He'll draw the eyes of the defense, get it down low to Placide, who will put it up and in with a 2-hand flush. 5-0 the advantage here. Off and running is Sunrise Christian. Rowe the other way with the shot fake. Ball swinging around to the left side. Deacons. Deacons going to try to go at the big man. Shot up no good. There's Chronister. He's been active on both ends here for Sunrise Christian. Slows it down a bit. I think the thing you realize each and every year, Damon, is what an elite style of defense most of these teams are able to play.
Yeah, these teams can put up a lot of points, but they're just so long and lanky, and it makes it difficult to get anything going on offense as it really spreads them out. As we see a 3 up and good for Jacob Walker. That's Walker's first points of the contest, and the Buffaloes out to the early 8-0 advantage over Father Tolton.
8-0 Buffaloes with a stampede of points here in the early going. Trailblazers trying to get on the board as Rowe has it. We saw Rowe early in his career at Link Academy, has spent the last 2 years at Father Tolton. He's committed to Missouri. He'll get a pass down low to Miller. His shot's blocked, and they'll say touched him last before it went out of bounds, and it will head the other way for Sunrise Christian. Blocked shot there. No turnover. I just don't think he ever really controlled it on the board. 6:04 to play in the first and an 8-0 contest.
Doesn't take you long in watching these games to understand why so many of these athletes have offers from or have committed to high Division I universities.
Out front with it is Jacob Walker. Walker, the point guard for this team in just about every way, shape, or form. He's going to lob it up and slam it down. A connection to Noah Hill makes it 10-0 Sunrise Christian. Just, run-of-the-mill Friday afternoon basketball game at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Little lob that about rips the rim out of the backboard. Father Tolton has been hit with a barrage here in the early going. They need to respond as Pingeton has it out top, works it to Rowe. Rowe trying to break his man down off the dribble. Had the ball knocked loose on the floor after it. Good hustle by Jacob Walker. Let's see if we can take a look at that last alley-oop for the Buffaloes. Hill is a big, strong lad.
Jacob Walker's been active here in the early going. He's being tasked with guarding Rowe. As Rowe takes it to the middle, he puts his shot up. Deflected. Rebound comes down into the hands of Wigwe.
Chitty Wigwe into the front court. Right side, Chronister 3. It's left short this time with a rebound down to Aaron Rowe. Rowe brings it across, trying the fast break. Pull-up jump shot, free throw line off the mark. Rebound. Deacons put back, won't fall. And Wigwe grabs the board. The 6'7" junior brings it into the front court himself. Sets up the half-court attack. Left side, here's Placide for 3. Well short again, and this one out of bounds. It'll give a chance for a couple of New young men to check in for Sunrise Christian. We have Ivan Urich, the 7-foot senior, into the ball game. Also, we see Gallagher Placide. He's the 6'10 junior. Gallagher and Gavin, yes, are twins.
Zion Luque will check into the contest for the first time for Father Tolton. And ho-hum will just bring a 7-footer off the bench here, Charlie. And what an advantage that Sunrise Christian has in head coach Kyle Lindstedt.
Well, it's tough, you know. But these guys are 10-2 for a reason. They play a tough schedule. Here's a 3-row. Gets set, and he'll put Tolton on the board with that 3-pointer. Rowe, a very talented young man, has now a ball stop play for a second, as we'll see Walker holding a shoulder, and you always hate to see that. He'll head to the bench for Sunrise Christian. They'll get the trainer to take a look at him, and Casper Poto will come in for the first time, the 6'4 senior.
Casper Poto's older brother, now playing at UC Santa Barbara, played in this Quincy shootout.
Hey, you're starting to see some siblings that have played here, some years apart. And before too long, the longer this thing goes on, you'll have second-generation shootout players. Here's the ball stolen away now by Rowe. Rowe with the larceny layup at the other end is good. Rowe with a 5-0 run for Father Tolton and cuts the Sunrise Christian lead in half. Ball out front to Poto. Against the 2-3 zone, as you talked about, you don't want to try to go man-to-man with this team if you are Tolton. Here's a missed 3 from the wing. Rebound will be chased down near the sideline by Poto. Gallagher Placide with it in the corner. Drives baseline, finds the cutter in Weekway. Now the ball tipped, stolen away. Turnover number 2 by Sunrise Christian. Into the front court with the basketball, Aaron Rowe. Trying to wheel his Trailblazers right back into contention here with 3:35 to play in the first. Shot clock has not been a problem here in the early going. These guys well used to that. Here's a drive in, and the ball blocked at the rim by Noah Hill. Hill on the breakaway. Look out. He's downhill and up and in for the big-time slam. How come nobody wanted to step in and take a charge?
Hill just palmed that basketball on the block. Not something we see every day in most games we cover here on Central Illinois Sports.
I feel bad for the man that was taking pictures under the basket. He has a family. Out with it on the wing here is Zay Wilson. Ball comes to Pinchton. He'll try to break his man down off the dribble, going against the 7-footer. Good defense this time by Urich. Shot clock is down to 10. Ball now knocked away, stolen away. Look out down there, Gallagher Placide. Cleared for takeoff. 14-5, the lead for Sunrise Christian. The rim at that end getting a workout here in the early going by the Buffaloes. Pinchton with it out top. Drives now, loses the dribble. Ball on the floor. We'll see a tie-up, and this will stay with Father Tolton. Look at Noah Hill right in to action here on the breakaway. How about the big man with the handles? And you know, Pinchton, that was a life choice that he made right there. He said, I might step in, let's turn away for a moment.
Live to see another day, my friend. Henry Nichols into the ball game for Father Tolton. As we'll see Cronister back into the contest for Sunrise Christian. Blake Pinchton will play in Quincy at least once a year in college, as he's committed to McKendree University.
He's got the basketball out front. Hands it off to Rowe. Rowe with a little shake and bake step back 3. Nothing but the nylon for Aaron Rowe. He's got all 8 for the Trailblazers. And they cut this out with 6-point game, staying within shouting distance. That's all you're asking for at this point for Jeremy Osborne, as they were hit with an early onslaught of points. Here's the ball right side. Gallagher Placide, 3, good. Rimmed out, came back through, and the first points for Placide. Zay Wilson with it into the front court. He had the dunk of the tournament, or shootout, I guess, last year. I still remember it well. Out top, Rowe works off of the screen. Tries to break it off the dribble. Pull-up jump shot well short. Rebound on the play, pulled down by Poto. He'll push the base into the front court. Pass on the right side, Placide, who hit a 3 a moment ago. 5 off the bench here. They'll work it down low to Blizniak, and we'll see our first foul of the contest.
Rowe will be whistled for his first foul. Have our first free throws of the afternoon underway here from Anton Blizniak. Blizniak looking for his first points as his Sunrise Christian squad leads 17-8, led by as many as 10 points as they jumped out to the early 10-0 lead. First one from Blizniak is off the back of the iron, no good.
Of course, both teams will be in action again tomorrow, and not that these guys aren't used to playing back-to-backs, but it is rarer and rarer these days, it seems like. So you probably see both of them go farther into the bench than maybe a normal day.
Blizniak splits a pair at the line. He's got his first points, and that ties the largest lead of the contest. Now we'll see Sunrise Christian pick up full court.
Into the front court in the corner. Three-point shot set up and no good for Luque. Rebound down to Placide. Kick to the corner. Cronister fakes the three. Now back up top to Gallagher Placide, the 6'10 junior is Gallagher. He's got offers from Iowa and also from Cal to his name. Out front, here's a three by Poto. Good look. He'll knock it down again. 21-8. Buffaloes. Under a minute to play in the first. Deep three, top of the key, won't fall for Pinchton. And the rebound ripped down again by Gallagher Placide. He'll get the ball to Poto. Opposite side to Placide now. At the high post to the big man in Blizniak. He'll kick to Placide. Good look, three ball left side, and the three ball's just falling from everywhere for Sunrise Christian here in the first.
8 points now for Gallagher Placide as Rowe will go to the line to shoot two.
Rowe did a nice job to pick up the pace on that one and draw the foul, the first by Sunrise Christian on the day, and he'll get two shots at the charity stripe with 22 seconds to play in the first.
Fouls whistled against Ivan Juric. That's his first, team foul number 1. Aaron Rowe to the line, the only player for Father Tolton to score thus far, leaves the first one short.
Back into the contest, Gavin Placide. He'll sit down Juric for the first time. We'll also see Pinchton take a chair, as will Zay Wilson, as Deacons is back into the game, along with a new man. That's Cortland Miller. Actually, he was in the starting lineup.
Rowe's second win is up and good. Rowe splits a pair. He's got all 9 of his squad's points.
Shot clock turned off with 20 seconds to play in the first. Might have been over and back there as Cronister gets it out top. That's to Poto, who's had to play the point with the injury to Walker. We see him on the bench. Hopefully we'll get to see him back in the game. Here's Gallagher Placide, left side, slips through his mitts and out of bounds. Actually, that was Gavin Placide, excuse me, as it goes out of bounds at a turnover on the Buffaloes with 3.4 seconds to play in the first.
Zay Wilson will come back in for Tolton, as will Pinchton.
Trying to beat a buzzer here and draw just a bit closer before we head to quarter number 2. Pinchton will throw it in at the far baseline. Gets it into Wilson. Wilson from the Blue Devil head at half court. Off the iron, no good. And quarter number 1 comes to a close. It's Sunrise Christian, the Buffaloes off and running early. They lead Father Tolton 24-9.
Don't let injuries put you on the sideline. Quincy Medical Group's free sports injury clinic is your path to swift recovery. Our expert orthopedics and sports medicine team specializes in treating sports-related injuries with free evaluations from 7 to 9 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We also offer free sports concussion screenings weekdays in Quincy. No appointments are necessary. Get your game back on with QMG's free sports injury clinic. Visit quincy.medgroup.com/sports injury.
My name's Matt Keplinger. A lot of people call me Kepi. I've been a trainer now for 17 years. When we get the new hires come through the door, I try to treat them like family. This individual right here sent me this today. There's not too many men I admire I can't do it. There's not too many men I admire or that has made an impact in my life, but you've made that list. This is one of the reasons that I love my job, getting messages like this. When my life needed purpose, I chose Dot.
Well, after 1 quarter of play, Sunrise Christian leading Father Tolton 24-9. The Buffaloes led by as many as 16 points in that first quarter. Tolton shoots just 3 of 13 from the field in quarter number 1 for 23%. Sunrise Christian 9 of 13 from the field for 69%, including 5 of 8 from behind the three-point line, and it will be Buffaloes basketball to start quarter number 2. Placide has it. He gets it to Chronister, right wing, puts it on the floor, tries to attack the defense. Shot up for him is going to be deflected. It's going to be tipped out of bounds, and it will be Tolton basketball. As the Trailblazers look to get back into this one, trailing 24-9. Aaron Rowe, the only Trailblazer to score here in the ball game thus far.
Just the size advantage has been on full display here for Sunrise Christian. Wilson has it. Check that that's Rowe isolated on the left wing. He'll look to create now, has the ball knocked loose, and suffocating defense will step out of bounds and then not reestablish before he touches the ball. So a turnover on the Trailblazers here.
Third turnover against the Trailblazers as Noah Hill will come back into the contest for the Buffaloes. Taking a seat will be Gallagher Placide.
Hill with a highlight dunk of the first quarter. Pretty impressed by the handles that he had on display on the breakaway. Placide gets it out front.
Tolton will come out there in a man right now.
Here's a little step back three. Poto, it's good.
Nice shot fake right there by Kasper Poto. Kasper Poto, a member of the U18 Swedish national team. As Tolton on the other end will have another turnover. That'll be their fourth. Now trailing by 18.
Well, no pun intended or fully intended, honestly. If you're Tolton, you knew you had a tall task here today, right?
Yeah, and that's the challenge that Jeremy Osborne's not afraid to take. He'll come here every year and he'll say, give me the toughest teams you can come up with, because that's the type of competition I want my guys to face.
Just underway here in quarter number 2. Poto on the right wing, drives in, floater up, putting on the full display of his talents here in the early going. The lead is 20 for Sunrise Christian.
Poto's got 8. Nice crossover dribble by Rowe, attacks the bucket. No good, and rebound comes down into the hands of Poto.
Right side, Wigwe, and he'll say that he is fouled on the floor.
They'll call that against Zay Wilson. That'll be his first foul of the quarter against the Trailblazers.
Out of bounds underneath here for the Buffaloes of Sunrise Christian. Just a little drive across the flatlands to get here. Here's a three from the right side by Chronister. It's too long, and the rebound run down by Zay Wilson. Trailblazers on the attack. But not before we see a foul call.
Foul's going to be whistled against Chidi Wigwe. That'll be his first. And the first foul of the quarter against the Buffaloes.
Trailblazers with it out top. That's to Bryson Jordan. He's picked up the bounce, now finds Wilson. Wilson on a fadeaway jump shot, good. High level of difficulty on that shot and gets it to go.
Wilson's first 2 points of the contest.
29-11 our score now. Wigwe with it on the right side. He'll try to back in against Pinkston. Shot up no good. Good defense by the senior for Father Tolton. Now the ball stolen right back away, though, by Gavin Placide. He'll push it ahead to Wigwe. Lobs it up. Chronister had to come down to get it. Hill, extra pass left side. Wigwe, three, good. Chitty Wigwe with a tray. And just all kinds of talent across the board for the Buffaloes. And they're shooting it well here as a good start for their first game of the 25 Quincy Shootout. Pinched it on a drive, bumped in, fouled on the floor by Chronister.
Chronister will be whistled for his first. Team foul number 2. .5:19 to play here in quarter number 2. Game 1 of 4 here from the Quincy Blue Devil Gym as we see Sunrise Christian leading Father Tolton 32-11.
Good game over at Quincy Notre Dame right now. Modesto Christian and Oak Park locked into a battle in the second quarter. You can watch all the games live and on demand here on Central Illinois Sports. Really appreciate the folks here at the Quincy Shootout giving us a chance to bring the games to you, as now Zay Wilson's going to draw a foul.
That one will be whistled against Gavin Placide. That'll be his first. And the third Buffaloes foul of the quarter. We'll see Gallagher Placide check back in as Gavin will take a seat.
It's hard to tell those two guys apart, isn't it? One wears kind of a bright yellow shoe and one wears a white colored shoe. And other than that, if you put the same number on them, it'd be tough. I'd say they're identical twins.
Yeah. Cooper Priestmeyer into the contest for the first time for Tolton. Priestmeyer is the 6-foot senior.
Lob pass comes in out top to Wilson. Gets a Durrell, going to try to create off the bounce here. Goes out Wigwe. Has to pull it back out of the perimeter at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Now goes into Wigwe, actually created a little space. They'll say that goes off of Chitty Wigwe out of bounds.
Good defense right there by Wigwe, though. Stays in front of Rowe. Just making it very difficult on him to do anything. And right now that's been the story of the contest in the first quarter and a half for Tolton.
Going to get a hold on the inbounds pass now before action could take place.
That's going to be whistled against Wigwe, so that'll be his second. Fourth foul now against Sunrise Christian. As back into the contest for the Buffaloes will be Anton Blizniak.
We'll see free throw shot after the next foul. Here's a ball tipped into the backcourt, but Rowe will run it down for the Trailblazers. He'll kick it on the wing. Three-point shot. Priestmeyer no good. And Hill secures the board for the Buffaloes. Into the front court, Placide with it on the left wing. Reverses it on the right side to Poto, who's been a good spark off the bench for this squad. Down low Hill, looking out to Poto. Here's a little step back three-point shot. Gallagher Placide can't get it to go. Rebound, it's a battle for it underneath. Still kind of ping-ponged around, and finally comes the way of Father Tolton. Into the front court, Zay Wilson. Trey in transition up and in.
Trey for Zay. There's 5. And Tolton's just got to try to whittle away at this deficit as it's 32-14 right now. Sunrise Christian in the lead.
On the right side with it is Poto. Trying to get the offense to shape up here. Against the Trailblazer defense. Came out in the zone and they shot him right out of that by shots just like that from Chronister with the 3.
Chronister's got 6. And it's back out to a 21-point advantage, tying the largest of the contest for the Buffaloes.
Here's Wilson on a drive. Gets caught underneath. Turnaround shot over the top of Placide, and good for Zay Wilson. He's made a couple of those tough fadeaways, and when you're a guy that's about 6 foot and you're playing against guys that are 6'11", you kind of have to get good at that, don't you, Damon?
Yeah, did a nice job right there as he really used his body to shield the defender, got the shot over the outstretched arms, and now he's got 7 points as we see another 3 on the way from Chronister. Can't get that one to go. Offensive rebound for Anton Blizniak, and then he'll go to the line to shoot 2 as he was fouled by Zay Wilson. That's Wilson's second team foul of the quarter. Anton Blizniak split a pair at the line earlier. He's got 1 point as the 6'6" junior. His first is up and good.
I think it's hard for people when they're watching, maybe a Division I basketball game on TV just to know the size, the strength, and the real skill of the athletes. And I'm not even talking about a first 5 or a first 8 rotation. The guys that you never see come into the game are some of the most skilled athletes on the planet.
Yeah, and sometimes the hardest thing that they have to do is to accept that role, that when you're on a team like this, that even though you have elite talent, you may not be the star, and you have to understand what your role is. As we see Tolton having trouble getting it into the front court, they'll take a timeout. We'll take it too. Sunrise Christian leads Father Tolton 37-16. We're back in 30.
Hey! You like Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream? It's a pepper thing!
Your Jeep, truck, and SUV are only as good as the tires and rims they run on. On or off-road, go full throttle.
Timeout taken by the Trailblazers as Sunrise Christian trying to put a little full court pressure on once again. Trailblazers didn't like the flow of it. 29 seconds still on the shot clock, still plenty of time here.
Yeah, and you saw Sunrise Christian picked up full court as Aaron Rose catching a breather for the Trailblazers. So that gives the Buffaloes a good opportunity to pick up full court as we see Rowe handles the basketball majority of the time for Tolton.
Good to see Jacob Walker back out there for Sunrise Christian after kind of having a little bit of a shoulder impingement earlier, but he's back on the court and guarding the ball out front. Here's the ball knocked loose. Walker, man, he's not afraid to do the dirty work, is he? Here's a battle for it, and Priestmeyer going to get caught with kind of one of those unlucky fouls as he went to dive for the loose ball and just ran into the legs of the man from Sunrise Christian.
That'll be the third foul of the quarter. It'll be Priestmeyer's first. And yeah, as you said, Charlie, Jacob Walker's not afraid to get out there and defend. And, man, he's been tough, whether he's guarding Rowe or Zay Wilson right there. And you can see why he's a critical member of this Buffalo squad.
Buffalo's leading 37-16, 2:25 to play for the half. Placide with it out near the big Blue Devil logo. On the right side, Walker. Little bounce pass to the big man, Blizniak. Ball off of him, turned over. Deacons with the ball on the takeaway. Into the front court comes Zay Wilson. He'll draw the foul, and he'll get some free throws as that'll be the fifth foul on the Buffaloes.
Foul's going to be whistled against Anton Blizniak. That's his first. And it will send Tolton to the line. Zay Wilson's first free throw attempts of the contest underway. Wilson has 7 of his squad's 16 points as they trail 37-16 with 2:10 to play here in the first half. Wilson's shot is on its way. Rims in and out, no good. We'll see Rowe back into the contest for the Trailblazers. Also checking in for the first time will be Beckett Hoffman. Hoffman, the 6'3 junior. Going to the bench is Zion Luque. And Wilson has 1 shot remaining. It is on its way, and off the back of the iron, no good. Chronister will pull down the rebound for the Buffaloes. That's his second.
Missing a pair of free throws when you're trying to play catch-up is not ideal. Placide with it. On the right side, they'll find Chronister in the corner. That's been his shot today. Tipped up and in off of the miss, though, by Blizniak. He'll put it up and in for his first 2. Ooh. Or did he? They're going to give him an and one there? They are.
Yeah, and that's a big foul right there for the Trailblazers as Zay Wilson was whistled for his third foul. And as Charlie said, Blizniak is at the line. 3 for 4 from there in the contest. 23-point lead for the Buffaloes. Rebound is going to be pulled down on the missed free throw. That's Pinchton with his third board.
Here's Wilson into the front court. He's bumped and fouled on the baseline. He'll head back to the charity stripe.
Blizniak will be whistled for his second. Zay Wilson back to the line. Just missed a pair from there. And Zay Wilson's out on the floor with those 3 fouls. Tolton trailing 39-16, 1:47 to play here in the first half. Wilson gets this first to go. Give him 8 points in this one. Casper Poto checks back into the contest as Blizniak will go to the bench with those 2 fouls. Zay Wilson, if he gets this one to go, will go to the bench as he's got 3 fouls. Man at the scorer's table waiting to check in as Wilson's second is off the back of the iron, no good. He's going to have to be careful not to pick up a 4th foul as Gallagher Placide pulled down his 3rd rebound on the miss.
1:40 to play in the half. On the left side with it is Poto. Ball gets reversed to Chronister. Now Walker on the wing. Looks for Poto in the corner. Ball kicked out of bounds. That'll allow Wilson to check out as Priestmeyer checks back in for Father Tolton.
15 on the shot clock. 1:27 to play here in the half. Poto will be inbounding in front of Father Tolton's bench.
Ball comes in to Urich. Kicks to the wing in Chronister. Down low, they'll get it into Placide, leans back, puts it up and in for 2. Gallagher Placide with the layup, and we get a whistle, and looks like a little shaken up is Pinchton.
Pinchton took a kick. He just got to catch his breath for a minute.
We'll take a look at that on the Northwestern Mutual replay. Nice job by Placide. Got way underneath and just caught him with the right toe. Not ideal. Here's a runner by Priestmeyer, uses the high glass and gets it to go. 41-19 with a minute to play in the first half. Walker has it way out top. Guarded hard by Priestmeyer, the man-to-man. Down the wing to Placide. He's shown to be a versatile player. They'll get it into Walker. A little no-look pass underneath. Urich got the man off of his feet and is fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot two, as that's the 5th team foul by Father Tolton.
Foul's going to go against Ryan Deacons. That's his first. And to the line goes Ivan Urich. Urich looking for his first points of the contest. Member of the U18 Croatian national team is Urich. And he'll look to add to his team's lead here as it's 41-19. Sunrise Christian in the lead. Urich's first off the front of the rim, no good.
You're seeing more and more all the time just how much of a global game the game of basketball has become.
It really is. It's an international game, and there's more of an attraction for international athletes to come over. Obviously, on the college level, you have the ability to obtain NIL money, but just the exposure that they can get, and this is a prime example right here, is the number of people that will be here to watch a shootout like this as Urich splits a pair. He's got his first point of the afternoon.
Into the front court for Father Tolton is Beckett Hoffman. He'll work it out top deep, three pinched and no good. Rebound secured by Urich. 30 seconds to play in the half. Down low, Placide. He looked around, nobody was there, misses the dunk. Gets his own board, though.
He couldn't believe how open he was.
He said, thought I was going to be challenged here, and just was surprised by it. Chronister pull up three too hard, and the ball run down by Pinch, and then stolen away. Walker just out muscles him down low to Gallagher. Placide with a flush. 44-19 with 5 seconds in the corner. Three-pointer fake by Hoffman. He'll put up the little runner at the buzzer. It's good for Father Tolton, but it's been all Buffaloes here in the first half. We had the Little Jazz Motors halftime show where Sunrise Christian has the big lead, 44-21 over Father Tolton.
Your friends at Little Jess Motor Company are proud to sponsor today's halftime show. Hi, this is Scott Davis from Little Jess, and I've got some exciting news for you. Jeep just announced an unheard of 20% off our entire selection of new 24 Jeep Gladiator, Mojaves, and Rubicons. With 20% off, you can save over $12,000 on each of these adventurous models during the Start Something New sales event. The snow is coming, and what better reason to get the best four-wheel drive on the market and to save 20% in the process. Hurry in or log on to littlejess.com today because 20% won't last long. Little Jess served the Tri-States for 7 decades.
Don't let injuries put you on the sideline. Quincy Medical Group's free sports injury clinic is your path to swift recovery. Our expert orthopedics and sports medicine team specializes in treating sports-related injuries with free evaluations from 7 to 9 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We also offer free sports concussion screenings weekdays in Quincy. No appointments are necessary. Get your game back on with QMG's free sports injury clinic. Visit quincy.medgroup.com/sports injury.
Before I started at DOT, like a real low point in my life, I just lost my house. and I just wanted something to get myself back on my feet. I met a driver named John, and he was like, man, come to Dot. They'll pay for your school. They'll pay for your CDLs. I applied, and ever since then, I've been very grateful. Since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to save money to buy me a home within the next couple of months. It's definitely been great. When my life needed direction, I took the wheel.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. We're at the half of the first game of the Quincy Shootout. Sunrise Christian leading Father Tolton by a score of 44-21, getting ready to take it courtside now, where Charlie Hall is going to be interviewing Matt Schuckman with Muddy River Sports.
Here with you on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Big lead for Sunrise Christian, 44-21 over Father Tolton. Happy to be joined by Matt Schuckman, Muddy River Sports. And Matt, I know this is one of your favorite events of the year.
Incredible. I look forward to this. I joked with Andy Douglas, the Quincy High School boys basketball coach, that he's going to come in tomorrow morning. I'm just going to be sleeping on one of the couches in the locker room to make it easy on myself and just to get everything done. But it's well worth the lack of sleep and the bleacher butt we're all going to have by the end of the weekend.
There's levels to the games that are played throughout this two-day event. This one, though, you're seeing how high of a level Sunrise Christian's team puts on the floor.
No doubt about it. And the funny part was when they started warming up, hearing the people in the stands, hearing the kids go, oh, my, look at them, based on their size. And when you're trotting out a 7-footer and a couple 6'10" guys and guys that just you don't see in here normally, it's impressive. And then when you see the way they play, it's even more impressive. And that's nothing against Father Tolton. Father Tolton's a very good team. Got a Division I point guard going to Mizzou and Aaron Rowe. Zay Wilson's going to get some D1 looks, already has. And they're getting outclassed right now just because Sunrise Christian is so deep, so loaded, and so big and talented.
Third year in a row, we've been able to see Aaron Rowe play in the shootout, played for Link the last 3 years of Father Tolton. As a Mizzou fan, you have to be excited about the opportunities that he's going to have at Mizzou.
Oh, no question about it. And I think you saw Sunrise Christian get out to a quick lead. And then Aaron Rowe responded by himself. You saw him make plays on the offensive end to give Father Tolton a jolt. You need a point guard like that, especially in the SEC. Mizzou's making great strides this year compared to last year on the men's side. But when you see that they're recruiting kids like with that level of talent, it's good to see. I'm excited.
44-21, Sunrise Christian with the lead. We'll talk to you at halftime of the next game. And with Brewster and Link Academy, I'd say we'll have some things to talk about.
I think we'll have plenty to talk about. And if you're, we saw a few dunks there in the first half of this game. Be ready for some highlight reel stuff in the next game, as talented as those two teams are.
Damon Emmerich now with your halftime stats on the Little Jess Motors halftime show.
Well, at the half, 44-21, Sunrise Christian with the lead over Father Tolton. In that first half of play, Father Tolton shoots just 8 of 21 from the field for 38%, 2 of 6 from the charity stripe. Scoring for the Trailblazers in the first half, Beckett Hoffman and Cooper Priestmeyer with 2 points apiece. 9 points for Aaron Rowe and Zay Wilson with 8 points in the first half of play, but Wilson did pick up those 3 fouls. For the Buffaloes of Sunrise Christian, they shoot 16 of 28 from the field for 57%, including 8 of 16 from behind the three-point line. Scoring in the first half for the Buffaloes, Casper Poto, 8 points, 6 points for Aiden Cronister, Gavin Placide with 2 points, Noah Hill with 4, 3 points for Chidi Weekway, free throw for Ivan Juric, 5 points for Anton Blizniak, and the leading scorer in the first half for the Buffaloes was Gallagher Placide with 12 points. As at the half here on the Little Jess Motors halftime show, Sunrise Christian leads Father Tolton 44-21. We're back with second half play-by-play after this.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois. or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
Aches and pains are a normal part of life, but when they become too much, we have a team of orthopedic surgeons ready to give you relief. The need for joint replacements continue to rise, and our team stays up to date with the latest technology and robotic solutions. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. We've got you covered from head to toe.
Game Masters Outdoors in Quincy is your ultimate destination for game cameras and hunting gear. Discover top-notch game cameras to elevate your outdoor experience. From firearms and ammunition to optics and outdoor equipment, we've got you covered. Enjoy free shipping on most orders. Browse our vast selection of high-quality gear and find everything you need for your next adventure. Visit GameMastersOutdoors.com today.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Just about ready for second half action. Sunrise Christian with the big lead, Damon, and as you talked about, they just shot the ball so well and defensively limiting the opportunities here for Father Tolton in the first half.
Yeah, just an excellent job here by the Buffaloes. They've got so much length, Charlie, that it just causes fits for the Trailblazers on defense. And on the offensive end, they've got guys that can shoot from anywhere out on the floor. Excellent spacing and great ball movement. I mean, it's just one of those things where sometimes, as Matt Shuckman talked about there on the halftime show, sometimes you're just outclassed, and Father Tolton is a premier basketball team in the state of Missouri, but they're just going up against a whole different animal here in the Sunrise Christian squad.
Ready for quarter number 3, as it'll be should be Tolton's basketball to start the second half of play, and it is.
It will be, and one thing that we've seen here over the years with Jeremy Osborne and this Tolton squad is they're going to come out and they're going to fight until there's no time left on the clock, and I'm sure they've made some adjustments here at the halftime. Until you're out on the floor against the squad with the length and athleticism of Sunrise Christian, you really just don't know how to prepare and adapt to it.
We're underway here in period number 3, first game of the 2025 Quincy Shootout. Here's a dribble drive in by Rowe. High glass, rims it and out, no good. Rebound run down by Hill for the Buffaloes. Into the front court, three-point shot. Wigway off the side of the backboard, no good. And Zay Wilson has the rebound for Tolton. He'll throw a pass out top to Pinchton, who was held scoreless in the first half. Down low, breaking free, putting it up and in. Cortland Miller with his first bucket of the afternoon.
Tolton extends their zone out just a little bit here. Actually, it looks like they'll go man-to-man. They were just picking up at the half court as Wilson almost picks up his 4th foul right there.
He's got to be really careful with those 3 fouls, especially guarding a heady player like Jacob Walker, who probably well aware that that man has 3 fouls. Down low Hill. He'll go to work underneath. Turnaround shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up, can't get it to go, but fouled, and will shoot 2.
Foul's going to be whistled against.
I think they called that against Deacons.
We'll call it against Deacons. That'll be his second, team foul number 1. At the line, shooting 2 will be Noah Hill. Hill's first free throw attempts of the contest to follow. 6:56 to play here in the third quarter. First one goes in and out, no good. Noah Hill, the 6'7" junior, did a nice job down low, getting the offensive rebound on his own miss, looking to capitalize here at the line. Missed the first. Second one is in the air, and it is also in and out, no good. Wilson with the rebound quickly into the front court for the Trailblazers.
He's got it on the wing now, out top to Rowe. Just underway here in period number 3. Deacons with the deep in the corner left side. And you think about a kid like Hill who's guarding the ball right now with now a steal, and the ball will be knocked loose. Walker will run it down in the front court. But you think about it as three-point shot. Cronister no good. Off to the races is Rowe into the front court. I'll finish that thought in a moment as we'll see an offensive foul called here on Rowe. Second team foul. You think about a kid like Noah Hill, the way basketball's played today, he's got to become a lot more versatile player than he would have as a kid maybe 25, 30 years ago. He would have been solely a back-to-the-basket guy.
Yeah, Noah Hill's going to have to be able to step out and knock down that shot from 12 foot consistently. But you're even seeing right now, Charlie, so many times you at least have to have 4 guys out on the floor that can knock down the shot from behind the three-point line easily. But almost a lot of these teams want to have 5 guys that can shoot at all times. Not only that, but they want everybody out on the floor that can handle the basketball and almost guard anyone from at least the 3 through 5 position, if not be able to guard everybody out on the floor. As we see a turnover there by Sunrise Christian.
Look
Wilson
out.
with the steal and the slam. And as we saw him last year, Wilson will be on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay with that dunk right there as Zay Wilson with 10, and it's a 44-25 Sunrise Christian lead.
Zay Wilson is not a very big guy, and he absolutely can fly. As Gavin Placide has it at the high post, works it right side to Wigwe. He'll wag his way in, puts up a shot off the putback and puts it in for 2.
Wigwe's got has 5, his first points here of the second half. Nice athletic move right there to get the offensive rebound and the putback. And Zay Wilson, probably the shortest guy out on the floor. He and Aaron Rowe are about the same height, but Wilson, man, he can jump over anybody in this gym as he kicks it out to Rowe to put up the 3. It's no good. Placide with the rebound and into the front court. He gets it, and that's to Walker.
Top of the key here is Wigwe for a tray. It's good.
Wigwe's got 8. And just like that, lead back out to 24 for the Buffaloes. 49-25, 4:45 to play here in quarter number 3.
So many weapons that keep coming at you for Sunrise Christian.
Yeah, not only, as you talked about, not just the 5 that start, as we see Pynchton will go to the line to try to complete the and 1 as he was fouled by Chidi Wigwe. That's Wigwe's first team foul of the quarter. Pynchton's got his first points of the contest. Sunrise Christian, it's not just the guys that start, it's everybody they bring off of the bench. Just so dynamic as Urich and Poto will check in as Hill and Wigwe will go to the bench. And Blake Pynchton at the line looking to complete the and 1. Pynchton's a name that we've become familiar with here over the years at the Quincy Shootout as his shot in and out no good. Placide with the rebound. That is his second.
4:30 to play here in the third. 49-27 the lead for Sunrise Christian as Placide has it out top. That's Gallagher to his twin brother Gavin. Now Walker works it down low. Around the horn it comes back out front to Poto. On the wing, Walker on the drive. Shut up on the baseline. Throws a pass that's tipped, nearly stolen away. 6 on the shot clock. Placide, 3 no good. And Rowe will get the rebound.
Rowe's 4th rebound, does a nice job, gets it down low. That's to Cortland Miller. His shot's going to be blocked. Rebound comes down to Casper Poto. And the ball's going to be deflected. Urich couldn't quite hold on to it. Ball went out of bounds off of Tolton, so it'll be Sunrise Christian basketball underneath their own basket.
3:52 to play here in the third. If you're a parent of a young kid who likes basketball and you're within 60 to 70 miles of Quincy, you might want to get a ticket for tomorrow. Here's a 3-point shot put up and good by Ivan Urich. That just seems unfair, doesn't it?
Yeah, 7 foot, step out and knock down a 3 like that. Hard to defend as Sunrise Christian matches their largest lead of the afternoon. Lead by 25, 52-27, midway through quarter number 3. Zay Wilson being guarded closely there by Walker, and we've seen Walker just causes all sorts of problems for whoever he is guarding, but he's going to be whistled for the foul. That'll be his first, team foul number 2 against the Buffaloes.
Into the contest, we'll see Chronister return for Sunrise Christian, and sitting down will be whom? Walker will take a chair. Out of bounds for Father Tolton underneath. Nearly a 5 count. Pinchton breaks open at the last moment. He'll drive the lane. Little fadeaway jump shot, no good. Rebound batted around, and it comes the way of Zay Wilson. He'll drive, put up a tough runner. It's good. Another 2 for Zay Wilson.
Wilson's got 12. And you know the other thing, Charlie, when you have a squad like Sunrise Christian and some of the other teams that we'll see is, if you're the head coach, you tell them go out and play as hard as you can for 3 or 4 minutes. We'll get you a breather and go right back out. As we see the Buffaloes with the turnover, that's their 6th. Wilson pushes it into the front court. His shot is blocked, and rebound came down to Poto.
Okay, you've been waiting on this one. I think we've waited long enough. Zay Wilson, just a few moments ago with the tip and a 2.
That one will go on the all shootout highlight reel.
You can check it out on the Central Illinois Sports X account. We might still call it Twitter. I don't know. I'm kind of old school like that.
Foul was called against Tolton. That's their 3rd.
Here's a 3 by Chronister, and he'll get it to go.
Chronister's got 9. Knocked down 3 threes from behind the arc here, and it's a 26-point lead for the Buffaloes. Tolton still fighting hard here, but they're just up against a whole different animal here in Sunrise Christian.
Does his game not remind you a little bit of Andrewsitis, who played a couple years ago here?
Yeah, Nodris Andrewsitis, who is now at Iowa State. As we'll see, Pinchton will be whistled for the offensive foul. It's his first, team foul number 4. And Andrewsitis at that time was with the Chicago St. Rita, and he could just shoot from all over the floor. And just when you got out on him, he could also do just enough where he had to honor his ability to put the ball on the floor. And we also saw Andrewsitis that year, I believe, had a nice highlight reel dunk for that St. Rita squad. But this Sunrise Christian team doing a good job here. They've got the 55-29 lead as we see Aaron Rowe gets the steal. He'll go coast to coast and throw one down. Rowe's got 11, and you'll see that one again here at the next dead ball.
You're seeing why kids like Rowe and Wilson, even though they're only 6'6", are able to get looks at that next level, the highest level.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not just about height, it's about wingspan. It's athletic ability. It's about how dynamic they can be out on the floor. As Chronister can't get the 3 to go, but Blizniak will get the offensive rebound. And down low, Urich, nice spin move for him. He'll go up. Urich has another 2. He's got 6. And it's back out to a 26-point lead as Rowe, crossover dribble, loses it, tracks down the dribble, and then he'll be fouled from behind by Casper Poto. That'll be Poto's first, team foul number 3.
Gives you a chance to see the Aaron Rowe steal on the slam.
Jacob Walker back in. Poto will take a seat.
Out of bounds here with 1:17 to play in the 3rd to Father Tolton. Rowe to throw it in.
Pinchton with it in the corner, closely guarded by Urich. Pinchton puts it on the floor and now finds Wilson.
Wilson with a fadeaway jump shot, free throw line off the mark. And the rebound saved in by Urich, but it'll go to Father Tolton as Wilson gets underneath, and jump ball, no foul going to be called. We'll say Walker got him on the way up.
Walker's second. Team foul number 4.
Shooting foul as well.
And they will call it a shooting foul. So Zay Wilson to the line. Wilson's 1 for 4 from the line in this one. Tolton just 2 for 7 at the charity stripe. First one for Wilson is up and good. Wilson's got 13.
Into the contest for Father Tolton, Avon Shebius, as Pinchton will take a chair.
And Wilson will have 1 shot remaining, 59.1 seconds to play here in quarter number 3. Sunrise Christian leading Father Tolton 57-33 as Zay Wilson gets them both to go. Tolton extends their defense back out to the full court here. And quickly across with it come the Buffaloes.
Placide with it, hands it off to Walker out top with 47 seconds to play in the period. Over on the wing to Gallagher, Placide. Chronister catches and looks, puts it on the deck. Still on the bounce now with 14 on the shot clock. He'll work off the screen now, set up for an open three, no good. And on the rebound, a bump and a foul, and we'll get to see free throws at the other end as Beckett Hoffman will be your shooter.
That'll go against Gallagher Placide. That'll be his first. And to the other line to shoot two, Beckett Hoffman. Hoffman with 2 points in the contest. His first free throw attempts of the evening to follow. And with 31.9 seconds to play here in the third quarter, Father Tolton trailing 57-33. Chance to add to their point total. And Beckett Hoffman does just that as he gets his first free throw to go.
Here comes Gavin Placide back in, sitting Gallagher to the bench.
Bryson Jordan will check in for the first time for the Trailblazers, the 5'10 junior. As Beckett Hoffman readies for the second and gets it to go. Hoffman's got 4.
57-35 with 30 seconds to play in the quarter. Shot clock turned off here. Into the front court, Weigwe works it to Chronister. Back to Weigwe. Now Walker out near the half-court line. Holding for a final shot here is Sunrise Christian. Walker puts it on his hip. Now to Weigwe. Walker gets it back on the wing left side. Looks for the pull-up, got the man off of his feet, and puts up a three with some contact, no good. And the rebound loose as the buzzer sounds. We head to quarter number 4. It's Sunrise Christian 57, Father Tolton 35 as you watch Quincy Shootout action on Central Illinois Sports.
Don't let injuries put you on the sideline. Quincy Medical Group's free sports injury clinic is your path to swift recovery. Our expert orthopedics and sports medicine team specializes in treating sports-related injuries with free evaluations from 7 to 9 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We also offer free sports concussion screenings weekdays in Quincy. No appointments are necessary. Get your game back on with QMG's free sports injury clinic. Visit quincy.medgroup.com/sports injury.
Before I started at DOT, it was like a real low point in my life. I just lost my house, and I just wanted something to get myself back on my feet. I met a driver named John, and he was like, man, come to DOT. They'll pay for your school. They'll pay for your CDLs. I applied, and ever since then, I've been very grateful. Since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to save money to buy me a home within the next couple of months. It's definitely been great. When my life needed direction, I took the wheel.
Ready for quarter number 4. Sunrise Christian 57, Father Tolton 35. And it'll be, I believe, Buffalo's basketball to start the final quarter.
Buffaloes are shooting 51% from the field on 21 of 41 shooting, whereas Father Tolton shooting 13 of 32 for 41%.
So really not shooting it all that badly if you're Father Tolton. In the grand scheme of things, just it's been tough to get a lot of shots off.
And Sunrise Christian 11 of 25 from behind the three-point line. Father Tolton just 3 of 9. So Tolton has been outscored by 24 points from behind the three-point line, as we'll see a held basketball turnover against the Buffaloes. That'll be just their 8th of the contest.
Deacons did a nice job to hold his ground against the much taller player and Gavin Placide right there.
Yeah, Placide brought the basketball down lower, allowing Deacons to get a hand on it. And Deacons stayed straight up, resulted in the turnover against the Buffaloes.
7:33 to play in the contest as Rowe has it on the bounce. In a little bit of trouble there. Nearly travels, and we'll get a timeout for Father Tolton. 7:26 to play in this one. Sunrise Christian 57, Father Tolton 35.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
Timeout taken by Father Tolton as their second of the contest, as Aaron Rowe was in a tough spot in the lane, surrounded by a bunch of Sunrise Christian Buffaloes. Timeout by Coach Osborne will give it back to Father Tolton with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Brewster Academy and Link Academy scheduled to tip off around 5:45 here at Blue Devil Gym, in a battle of two of the top 10 teams in the nation. Pinched with it on the wing right side. 5 seconds to shoot. Gets it out top the row. He's got to go here. Does he know? He'll put it up from the logo nearly. It's an air ball. Shot clock violation, first one of this matchup. That'll be ball out of bounds now for the Buffaloes. They've controlled this game ever since they jumped out to that 10-0 lead in the first.
Led by as many as 26, have the 22-point lead right now, with 7 minutes to play here in game number 1 of 4 from Blue Devil Gymnasium.
Out top with it is Weigwe. Now to Walker. He'll put it on the deck against Pinchton. Crosses over, drives. Lost the ball for a moment. Kept it alive. Ball knocked out of bounds by Deacons. It'll stay on this end.
Starting to see the gymnasium fill up a little bit more, and it will continue to do so here throughout the evening.
Quincy High School in their big matchup in conference play last week. This place was absolutely packed. As here's Chronister with a shot to beat the clock this time to make it 59-35. I think you could see that type of a crowd tomorrow in the second half of the day as well.
Yeah, we saw a packed house here last year when Quincy High defeated Ematep Charter in the 8th game of the day. And Quincy folks will show out when their Blue Devils are playing, and especially when their Blue Devils are the #1 team in 4A. As Father Tolton with the turnover, that's their 12th. To the other end, Aiden Chronister will throw one down. He's got 13.
Chronister with a breakaway slam, as Sunrise Christian just keeps adding on here.
Tied their largest lead of the contest right now at 26, 61-35. Rowe loses the basketball. Turnover against Tolton, their 13th into the front court. Walker's pass tried to throw up a lob to Weigwe. Ball was deflected out of bounds by Zay Wilson, but it will remain Sunrise Christian basketball.
See that dunk on the Northwestern Mutual replay by Chronister with the two-hand slam. He's had a nice afternoon. Ball out of bounds underneath here for the Buffaloes in the corner 2+ seed. He'll fake now, drive, give it out top. Here's a 3-ball straight on, up and no good from Hill. And the rebound run down by Tryson Jordan. Jordan's a 5'10 junior for Father Tolton. Gets the ball to Wilson. As Rowe took a chair a moment ago. For the Trailblazers, Wilson now tries to drive in, lost it out of bounds. Not tipped, just a turnover.
Wilson's done a nice job in this one. Charlie picked up those 3 fouls in the first half. Continued to play. He's played all throughout the second half here without picking up another foul. And nice job here by this local officiating crews. You're seeing them get away with a little bit more than what they might during a regular season local basketball game. But the fans here, they don't want to see the best players get into foul trouble. They're here to watch this elite talent, and the officiating crew has done a great job here in this first contest.
Poto with it out top, kicks to the wing. Walker going to try to launch from distance and hits.
Walker's got 6. Lead out to 29 now for the Buffaloes.
On the dribble is Zay Wilson. Pinchin on the left side finds Priestmeyer. Pinchin top of the key. Going to try to break his man down off the dribble. Gets back to the left. Turnaround shot on the fadeaway too hard. Rebound down low to Zay Wilson. His shot's no good. He's fouled and he'll shoot 2.
Foul's going to be whistled against Aiden Chronister. That'll be his first team foul number 2. Wilson did a great job right there as he came down with the offensive rebound, took that one power dribble and was able to shield his body a little bit more from the defenders. Went up, he couldn't get the shot to go, but he's at the line to shoot 2. As Zay Wilson, who leads his squad with 14 points, he's 3 for 6 from the charity stripe in this one. At the line for 2 more, gets the first to go. And we'll see Zion Luque into the contest for the Trailblazers as Blake Pinchton will take a seat. As Zay Wilson's at the line, got the first free throw to go. One more on its way with 4:31 to play here in the ball game. Wilson makes them both, give him 16 points. Wilson is actually the leading scorer for either team in this one with those 16 points.
On top of it is Gallagher Placide. Kick to the wing. Walker, another 3-ball, this time off the back iron. Gavin Placide with the rebound. He'll check that was Poto with the rebound. Try to get behind the back of the pass, threw it away. On the run out is Wilson. Shot no good. Rebound, a battle for it, but call that a held ball, I believe. If that's true, it'll head the way of the Buffaloes on the alternating possession arrow. Got to give Zay Wilson some credit, though. He's still out there battling on both ends.
We'll see Mekhi Ragland check into the contest for the first time for Sunrise Christian. Ragland is the 6'11 senior.
He's committed to Ohio State. Or excuse me, how about Oklahoma State? Just slightly off of the geography.
One of those O-State schools.
Under 4 minutes to play here in the fourth. Pull-up shot, Walker up and in. 66-37 our score with 3:40 and counting. As we continue to see fans trickle in, getting ready for that next contest, Brewster Academy and Link Academy. Should be a fun one. Wilson on the drive, had the ball knocked loose. Run down in the corner here by his teammate Jordan. Bryson Jordan on a little right-hand runner, no good. Rebound down to Gallagher Placide. He'll push it ahead to Walker. Walker with the pull-up three-pointer in transition, no good. Rebound down to Ragland. He's got the size advantage. Turnaround shot up too hard. Rebound loose underneath, and we'll see a jump ball here as there's a scrum underneath. The held ball will head the way of Father Tolton.
Darrell Reese will come into the contest for the first time for Tolton. Reese is the 5'9 junior, as we'll see Bryson Jordan will take a seat. Also coming back into the contest, Avon Chivas, as Cortland Miller will go to the bench for Jeremy Osborne's squad.
Both of these teams will be right back in action tomorrow as everyone gets to play 2 games. Miller North and Vashon playing in Vashon, at Vashon tonight down in the St. Louis area. So those are the only 2 teams that don't get 2 games in Quincy. They're playing both the girls and boys down there tonight at Vashon. Here's a missed 3, rebound to Father Tolton with a fresh shot clock now. As Reese has it, kicks it out to Priestmeyer. They'll call him for the shuffle of the feet.
That'll be the 15th turnover against the Trailblazers. 2:29 remaining. Sunrise Christian led this one from start to finish. Jumped out to the 10-0 lead. They've led by as many as 29, which is what they lead by currently, a 66-37 score.
All in the corner here is Walker for a 3. It's up and good. He's showing off his shooting prowess. Now steals away the inbounds pass, gets it back in the corner for another 3, same wing, too short. Rebound tip, then a foul on Father Tolton.
Foul's going to be whistled against Avon Chivas right there. That'll be his first, team foul number 1. Nothing he could do right there. As Placide is about 7 inches taller and had good positioning, but Chivas was just that much taller. And Sunrise Christian had the basketball, and Casper Poto took advantage as he's got another 2. He's got 10 points. And the lead for Sunrise Christian is out to 34 points.
Here's a dribble drive in by Wilson. Foul on the floor, so it'll be out of bounds underneath.
And the foul will be whistled against Anton Blizniak. That'll be his third, as Jeremy Osborne will clear the bench for Tolton.
Just ran into a tough opponent here today, did Coach Osborne's squad. 1:43 to play in the contest. Out top with it is Tolton's Darrell Reese.
Sunrise Christian cleared the bench with their 5 future Division I athletes.
As Walker gets the steal, look out, he'll go up for the one-hand dunk. His teammates giving him a little bit of a hard time as I said, was that a dunk? Or do we call that a layup? We'll call it a dunk on this side. Here's a 3 put up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Ragland. And a runaway for Sunrise Christian. Ragland 3, the big man with the tray. Makai Ragland, the 6'11 senior, showing off the touch from downtown. Under a minute left of this one. Here's a foul now going to be called on Placide.
Third foul against the Buffaloes.
That will reset the shot clock and put it out of bounds for Tolton, as Darrell Reese will be the man to throw it in.
Anonymous is in the floor here, number 15. Don't have him on our cards.
Out top, Shivas. He'll work it in the corner for a 3 by Reese. It's up and good. Resets the tray to make it 76-40. Buffalo's with it into the front court, as Poto has it on the dribble. Looking for a little isolation here. Run a little clock, try to get another highlight chalked up here for Sunrise Christian. Now Walker's at a nice second half.
About a second and a half difference, shot clock to game clock. The Buffaloes may just take the turnover right here.
Yeah, that sort of looks like it should be the case as Walker dribbles towards the official. With 1.9 seconds to play, they'll take the turnover. And it'll be ball out of bounds for Father Tolton. They will not put a shot off as the buzzer sounds in the final of this one. A 76-40 win for Sunrise Christian over Father Tolton. We'll have some final stats for you next.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
Back with you at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Sunrise Christian with the runaway win over Father Tolton, 76-40. The Buffaloes jumped out to an early 10-0 lead and never looked back, Damon Emmerich.
Yeah, Buffaloes led by as many as 39 points in this one, finishing with the 76-40 lead. Sunrise Christian shoots 29 of 54 from the field in this contest for 54%. Father Tolton shoots 14 of 40. The big one here in this one, Charlie, Sunrise Christian had 10 more threes than Father Tolton. Taking a look at some of the individual statistics, Aaron Rowe with 11 points for Father Tolton, 16 points for Zay Wilson. For Sunrise Christian, they have 4 players finished in double figures as Casper Poto finishes with 10, 12 for Gallagher Placide, Aiden Cronister with 13, and the announced MVP in this one for Sunrise Christian was Jacob Walker with 13 points.
An impressive look by the Buffaloes here today. They step it up a notch just a bit tomorrow as they take on Wasatch Academy at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. We'll look forward to that. What else we're looking forward to? Our next contest we'll have for you in just a while here on Central Illinois Sports. Brewster Academy, Link Academy. Join us then for another Central Illinois Sports.